Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hanif Su'ib dari Careta.my. Jadi pagi ini awal sangat pula saya sampai dekat Litar Antarabangsa Sepang, sebab kejap lagi kita akan test bagaimana prestasi sebenar sebuah lagi pendatang baharu di dalam SUV segmen B, iaitu Proton X50. Semalam kita dah test bagaimana prestasi Kona. Hari ini kita nak mengona pula dalam Litar Sepang menggunakan Proton X50. Jom kita ikut sekali. Sekarang merupakan ujian pertama, ujian slalom dan juga lane change. Macam mana Proton X50 ni boleh lakukan dengan baik? Kita tengok jap. Tadi dalam penjelasan produk, Cik Roslan dah cakap Proton X50 ni datang dengan ciri right hand handling. Jadi macam mana dia punya prestasi right hand handling tu, kejap lagi kita akan cuba. Okay. Alright. Impresi awal, respon steering boleh dikatakan ringan, tapi sedap jugalah untuk pengendalian. Kita kejap lagi kita cuba. Dari segi pandangan keluar boleh tahan luas. Titik buta boleh dikatakan taklah teruk sangat. Okey lah, kita boleh nampak luas. Okey, cuba. Okay, dari segi pemanduan, kita boleh dapat rasakanlah yang pengendalian X50 ni sememangnya dah ada sedikit feeling Proton jika dibandingkan dengan SUV X70 yang kita telah test sebelum ni. Dan kualiti pengendalian yang diberikan oleh Proton X50 boleh melalui kawasan slalom dengan baik. Perasaan brek juga boleh dikatakan cukup baik, boleh memberhenti dengan baik dengan jarak yang agak dekat. Dan kuasanya kita ketika memecut, kuasa datang dengan begitu cepatlah sebab dia datang dengan enjin turbo. Dia punya pengedaran kuasa tersebut lagi cepat dan lagi lancar lah. Okey, kejap lagi kita akan beralih ke ujian yang lain pula. Sekarang kita ada 3 buah kereta untuk sesi pecutan 0 ke 100, iaitu Honda HR-V, Proton X50 dan sebuah lagi BMW X1. Jom. Pecutan Honda HR-V yang datang dengan enjin aspirasi natural ternyata mempunyai kelebihan yang tersendiri. Namun kelebihan tersebut ternyata hilang apabila kedua-dua SUV yang datang dengan bantuan induksi paksaan turbo kuasanya mula menerjah masuk, dan kita boleh lihat dengan lebih jelas Proton X50 mempunyai kelebihan yang tersendiri. 0 ke 100 km per jam untuk Proton X50 hanya mengambil masa sekitar 7.9 saat. Untuk ujian ketiga, kita akan melihat bagaimana keberkesanan sistem bantuan pemandu termaju ataupun Advanced Driver Assistance System ADAS 2.0 yang didatangkan pada Proton X50 dan jika dibandingkan dengan abangnya Proton X70 yang terdahulu.
We're going to be demonstrating the level 2 features as opposed to the level 1 that's on the X70. So the things that are improved are it incorporates the lane keep assist into the cruise control, and they call it intelligent cruise control. So what this does is it not only keeps the speed to the car in front of you, but it will also help to keep you nice and centered in the lane. Even if there's some curvature to the road, it will also follow the curvature of the road. There is a torque sensor in the steering, which can sense whether your hands are on the wheel or not. Right? So if you take your hands off the wheel, it will warn you and say, please put your hands back on the wheel. Right? And especially if it senses that there's a bigger corner coming, it can actually sense quite far, even as far as where that BMW is right now. It will sense that there's a corner that it cannot do on its own. It will ask you to please take control and do the corner. Now it's going to start to pick it up. There we go. So it's picked up that there's a car in front of us. Grey graphic there. Now the system's not on. I haven't turned on the ICC yet. All it's doing is showing that it knows there's a car there. Alright, as we start to move, once I turn it on, it will actually select the car and highlight that car and show that this is the car that we're following now. Alright, so get going. So for now I will do the driving. I've actually set up a little test road. Unfortunately we're not allowed to paint on the track, as you can imagine, so we've used stickers. It doesn't work as well as paint. It's a bit too reflective. We've tested it on the test track at Proton and it works really well on that system. So we'll do one pass through the track at a slower speed just to show you the graphics and how the system works. Then on the next pass we'll go a bit faster and we'll let the car in front of us dictate our car.
I've gone this way on the track before.
No, it's weird, isn't it? I remember my first time I was like, ooh, this is not right. Alright, so we're going to go to about 40, 45. Okay, so as soon as I select it, it's highlighted that car. See it in blue now. Alright, so it's using that car to select our speed. Alright. As I mentioned, it doesn't quite pick up all the lines because we use tape as opposed to the non-reflective paint. But it will start to pick it up, and when we get to the straight bit, demonstrate that it actually starts to center the car in the lane. Here. And pick it up now. Steering, keeping the car centered in the road. We drop the signal because there's no more lines. And once you brake, it deactivates the system. So curvature to that screen there. As he comes into our blind spot, we'll go over 30, and we'll get a little warning light on the. There we go. Alright, we've got a warning light there. And if I indicate, then we get the audio warning in a second. Not in my blind spot, where is he? There we go. Alright. We get that audio and visual warning as well. Now I'm going to take my feet off the pedals. And I'm not going to do any more until we reach back to the temple. Go through here. The main advantage now on the ACC is that using the camera, it works better through tighter corners. So whereas with just the radar, there's a potential that when you go through a tight corner and the car in front actually goes off, you might drop him off the radar. But with the camera, you can still see it. We're still following his speed. Even if he comes to a complete stop. So he'll come to a complete stop there, so will we. Stop, I'm not doing it.
So your feet are completely
off. Yeah. And he gets going, so do we. Again, right. I'm not doing anything.
The collision warning. Okay. And the other one, the third level warning, is a brake jerk lah. Okay. So what's going to happen now is that the front car, there will be a front car, will be moving at about 25 kilometers an hour. Okay, we will follow him, but we will accelerate much later at about 50 kilometers an hour. Okay, so when I'm closing up on the car, okay, you will hear the beep, the pre-collision warning comes on. Okay, by that time I will apply the brakes very lightly. Okay, if I'm not applying the brakes hard enough, you will feel a brake jerk that comes in. Alright, that's the third level warning for the FCW module. Yeah. So by default, the system is set to high sensitivity. Okay, we just leave it as is. So now I'm gonna accelerate this car. Okay, so you can hear the warning. Okay, and the burp sound, the ABS that kicks in, that's the brake jerk. So for the AEB, the front car will be moving at about 10 kilometers an hour only. Okay, we'll be doing about 30 to 35. This one, I will not be applying the brakes. Okay, so my foot is completely off the brakes. The car will apply the emergency brake for you when you are really too close to the car in front. Okay, let me show you how it's done. So the front car will go to about 10 kilometers an hour. Okay, rolling down the road very slowly. So we will go to about 35. Okay, I'm going to accelerate to about 35. Okay, my foot is off the brakes. Off the brakes. Off the brakes. Okay, so
Sekarang ni abang ni dia nak demonstrate bagaimana jin moden dalam ni dia boleh parking kereta X50 ni. Okay bang, macam mana?
Okay, first thing dia ada button ni.
Okay.
Ni lah parking ni button. So kalau you tekan yang ni, dia akan ada 3 option. The 360 camera akan keluar, then you ada 3 option lah kat sini.
So benda ni kita akan pilih lah.
You nak parking reverse ke you nak parking sideways ataupun you nak keluar daripada parking. So terpulang lah kalau mana you tekan, dia akan bagi tahu kereta ni okay saya nak buat macam ni.
Okay.
So I bagi tahu dulu. So sekarang kita try dulu So you tengah jalan, dan you nampak, you dah tahu you nak parking So you nampak, oh sana ada parking. So what you do is tekan parallel parking ni. Tu, keluar parallel parking. You nak select ni sebab you nak parking sideways kan.
Okay.
Dia tengah scan, I nak parking kat sini. So I kena signal. So dia ada scan. Okay, please apply brake. Ni driver buat. Kita dah bagi tahu, ada jumpa parking lah.
Okay.
You tekan brake. Sekarang dia akan suruh you tekan parking button ni.
Okay.
Long press the parking button. Tekan Sekarang dia akan suruh I release brake. Okay, the moment I release brake ni, that's when the car will take control.
Alright.
I release brake.
Okay, sekarang tengok bagaimana kereta ni parking sendiri. Okay, brother ni tak pegang steering, kereta yang buat sendiri.
Steering, kaki, gear, semua dia akan buat. Forward, reverse dengan sensing sekali.
Okay. Tengok bagaimana dia control. Okay. Agak-agak tak muat, dia akan ejah sampai jadi. Tu dia.
Oh, you don't even have to change the gear.
Nothing.
Dia akan change sendiri kan.
So the tighter the parking, dia akan masuk ke order base. So lagi besar dia faster a bit lah.
Okay.
So this is okay, jap. Bila dah complete, dia akan beritahu you parking is completed.
Alright.
Lepas lah. Sebab dia akan terus ke P. Tepat.
So that means sepanjang tu you have to tekan this one.
Bila dah habis,
I mean you need to hold the button.
correct. Because it's just a driving aid kan, dia akan tolong kita kan. At the same time, kita as driver pun nak kena tengok juga.
Betul.
Mana tahu ada kucing keluar ke. You nak stop, boleh. Okay, nanti ada you.
Okay.
So sekarang dapat sama. Nak keluar, kita tekan parking button ni. Same thing akan keluar. Now kita nak parking out.
Okay.
Sekarang dia tanya kita nak keluar mana? Kiri ke kanan? So kanan memang I boleh select, tapi dia takkan jalan sebab tepi ni ada board kan.
Alright.
Dia akan sense. So now kita gilan. By doing that means you dah nak activate lah. So you press and hold the brake. Ni driver yang buat.
Okay.
Okay, ni tekan butang ni.
Okay.
Release brake.
Alright.
Release brake, dia akan buat sendiri. So So tadi macam sama, macam kita reverse masuk kata you tengah tengok ada kucing kan, you lepas kan, bagi benda tu lalu, sambung balik, tekan, dia akan sambung balik.
Oh, okey.
Dia tak payah nak reset balik ke apa. Dia keluar.
Okey dah, tentu je.
Dan keluar, then you control, terus pergi drive, jalan.
Alright. Gitu je.
Itulah feature dia.
Menurut spesifikasi yang diberikan oleh Proton, SUV X50 didatangkan dengan sistem pemanduan autonomous driving tahap kedua, di mana ciri yang melayakkan Proton X50 untuk mendapatkan level 2 autonomi ini adalah intelligent cruise control dan juga ciri auto park assist. Proton X50 juga mempunyai kelengkapan keselamatan seperti blind spot information system, amaran pelanggaran hadapan, brek kecemasan autonomi dengan sistem pengesan pejalan kaki, sistem amaran keluar laluan dan juga bantuan pengekalan laluan. Sekarang hari pun dah tengah panas terik gila ni, jadi itulah sahaja sedikit sebanyak informasi berkenaan Proton X50, dan untuk maklumat yang lebih lanjut tunggu sahaja sekiranya kami dapat memandu uji SUV terbaru dari Proton ini. Sekian daripada saya, Hanif Su'ib, Careta.my dari Litar Antarabangsa Sepang. Assalamualaikum.
Jangan lupa subscribe channel kami dan tekan butang loceng supaya anda tahu bila video baru kami akan muncul.